I'm so excited to be here. I'm back from New Jersey. It was an amazing weekend. I'm so excited. I get to talk to you later this week or tonight if you want. Hello, Elias, my dear friend Elias. It was just a great weekend. Got to be with dear friends, Laura and Maureen and all kinds of people. It was just a wonderful, wonderful weekend in Pompton Lakes, New Jersey, where the magnificent Journey Within Spiritualist Church is located. I'm so excited that I completed a 4-year certification mentorship program with Joe Shield, spirit artist Joe Shield. It was such a privilege to graduate with my friends, and there were 8 of us that graduated. Was really exciting, and Laura did amazing platform work. She did amazing, and it was just what an honor to stand on the platform at a place like Journey Within that was created by the late and tremendous medium Janet Nohavec. And it is such an honor to stand on that stage and speak, and to do platform work and to share messages from loved ones in that really sacred space. We even heard from Laura Wooster while we were there, which was very exciting. And I'm just very grateful to be there, to be home safe, and I'm so excited because my husband is. Many of you know my husband is with the WWE. With the television broadcast, and tonight is his last show with WWE, and so he will be moving on to new opportunities starting next week, and I'm very excited for him because this has been a very interesting 4 years with the Wrestling Federation, but moving on to something new and exciting, and we're very really excited about it. Okay, I want to say so. Now that I'm back, you had heard me last week before I went to New Jersey talking about the DNA, Unspooling Your DNA Manifestation class is going to be re-recorded and re-released. And then also now that I've been in New Jersey, I can confirm that the first 3, I think it's Tuesdays in November, will be the expanded version of the Building Your Business class that the Journey Within Church had asked me to create and to teach. So we did the one class. It was so well attended and it was very not enough time. So they've asked me to expand it. So it's going to be 3 sessions, $75. The first 3, I believe that's going to be on Tuesdays in November. As soon as they get me the links, I'll be posting all about it. So we're very excited that we finally have some official things for that. So that's coming up. And there's just so much great stuff happening. So hopefully between last week and this week, were able to get out and see the full moon and the eclipse. I don't know if you have seen it. It looked like somebody kind of just like a shadow on one side of the moon. It was really beautiful. And to be able to, as we were talking about last week, was the releasing of the things that we've been carrying for a long time. And it's very interesting because I think a lot of you are doing this really important sacred work, because I've been hearing from so many people who are like, oh, I'm ending this relationship, I'm leaving this job, I'm leaving this, getting away from this narcissist, or what have you. And pardon me, I just need to be able to move forward. And so many transitions are happening, and it is magical and magnificent, and it is just a wonderful, wonderful thing to see so many people embracing the transitions. So this is magnificent and wonderful and very happy. Let's see if I can do that a little better. Okay, I think that's a little better. Okay, and so I'm very pleased to see so many people that are ready to move forward and expand and be part of something bigger and new, because that's a choice, right? Sorry, I'm like starving, and I'm having my green juice. So I do want to talk today about stepping out in faith. I do want to talk about co-creation with the universe, and this is something we talk about a lot. This is not a new topic, right? This is something we've talked about before. But the idea is, and Colette Baron Reed says this very beautifully. She says, you take 1 step towards spirit, spirit will take 10 steps towards you. And I think that that's really the truth. That when we will allow spirit to come close to us, and we will allow angels, guides, loved ones in spirit however you want to call it, to come to us and to work with us and co-create and collaborate with us, not just on a goal. Because here's the thing, I think, where people get lost, where we have this idea that I'm going to co-create with Spirit on this project, this one thing, and then I'm going to go back to just doing whatever I do. So we are welcoming Spirit in only when we need Spirit, and then, sorry, there's like one thing wiggling in the bushes behind me. I just need to make sure it wasn't something creepy crawly. So we allow Spirit to come in and we co-create with Spirit on this one thing, and then we're like, okay, great, that's finished. I'm going to check that off my list, and I'm going to move on to the next thing. And what Spirit is like, I thought we were making progress. I thought we were working together. I thought we were on the same team, right? So if you've ever had the situation where you were like invited to fill in, for example, for the softball game at, maybe your job or your local whatever group, and hey, we need one more. This used to happen to me all the time when we lived in Los Angeles. My friends who worked, they had their softball teams, and then they would need X number of girls because, it was always the boys, right? So they would always need extra girls, and they say, hey, can you come out? And, you don't have to play. We just need you to be there, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't really know how to play softball. I mean, I know how it is played. I just don't have I don't think I have an aptitude for it. But let's say you went and you did great. Let's say I did. Let's say I went and I got a hit and I scored a run. So there might be this thing in the back of my mind that says, oh, well, maybe they'll ask me again. And you get kind of your hopes up. And you're like, oh, that was kind of fun. And like we all went out to eat afterwards and met really nice people. And that's really cool. And like, maybe they'll ask me again. And then, and you're left to think like, well, I thought you did good. Like, didn't they like me? I mean, I thought they liked me. I thought we had a good time. And this is Spirit. This is Spirit that's like, I mean, I helped her. I thought I helped her. I thought we did good. I thought we made a good team. I thought maybe she'd invite me back. And that's what we do to Spirit. This is exactly what we do, right? We have this opportunity where we bring Spirit in and we say, thank you so much for your help. Please stay. Please stay. Because the inclination is to be like, okay, I'm going to take you. I'm going to put you back up on the shelf. And I know you'll be right there when I need you. And how does that feel? Like, oh, okay, well, they're only going to call me when they need a girl. And I'm going to go and sit in the dugout and twiddle my thumbs. That's not so fun. And they're only going to, call me when they need me. So, and if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the premise of one of the later Toy Story movies, right? That the toys are on the shelf and nobody play with them anymore. And I'm not calling Spirit a toy, but it's that same kind of feeling like, wouldn't it be great to be part of it? And I don't know that Spirit it's not getting grudgy or anything like that, but I do know that Spirit wants to help us. Our angels, our guides, our loved ones want to be part of our lives. They want to be part of our lives all the time, not just when we need something. What was it? Oh, Aladdin. He goes, and the genie goes, poof, what do you need? Poof, what do you need? Poof, what do you need? Right? And it's not just, poof, what do you need? I mean, it can be if that's all you want, but there's so much more magic and there's so much more richness when we can cultivate a relationship that's an ongoing, living, breathing, day-to-day, moment-to-moment, constant connection with Spirit. And there's something so magical about it because if you get lonely or we get frustrated or we get something, and then we just to be able to be like, I wish I could talk to somebody. Who can I talk to? They're all there for us. They're all there for us, okay? Our loved ones, our angels, our guides, our pets, our spirit people, they're all there for us. And to be able to be like, okay, guys, folks, gather. And before I do a reading, before I do get up on a platform for mediumship or an event or whatever it is, I'm like, okay, folks, gather it up. Like my grandmas, my grandpas, my 2 aunties, my twin flame, my 2 dogs, my Bubby and my Sadie, and 2 of my very, very dear friends who are there. That's like 12 people, energies, spirits, right? These are folks who loved me so much when they were alive. What on earth would make anybody think that they would not love me even more in the spirit side? These are folks that wanted to help me and lift me and be a better me and be a good person and a successful person and a happy person my whole life. Why wouldn't they want the same things for me now that they're on the other side? And they got way more power to help now. Our loved ones are always here to help us, but we don't ask them for that help until we need something. Poof, what do you need, right? When the genie says that. And how much more of a relationship could we cultivate with them, and how much more of peace could it bring to us if we were living with them, breathing with them? And I mean, I don't need my grandparents around all the time. I mean, I love my grandparents, but who are you working with? Who is on your spirit team? So for me, when I'm in my day-to-day, I'm calling my grandma's sister, my Aunt Dora. I'm calling my twin flame. And I'm calling my dog Buster. It was really Dylan's dog, but Buster was extremely intuitive. When clients would come into the space, Buster would literally walk around them, and he would sit and look at them at the angle of wherever there was some sort of ailment or something. And I'd look at them and I'd say, you have trouble with your left hip? And they'd say, yeah, how did you know that? I'm like, oh, my dog is sitting right there looking at your left hip. So I use Buster. I use my son Matthew, who's in spirit. And I don't want to say use, but I work with. These are the folks that we call in. And what an amazing thing when we can cultivate these relationships all the time. So when I was in New Jersey and had such the honor to stand on the stage and the platform at the Journey Within Spiritualist National Church, to be able to bring forward messages from loved ones, when I say my blessing and I say, okay, Dora, twin, Buster, please be with me. You're my spirit team. You're the ones who help me work. You're the ones who I know are right with me in this work. My other loved ones, they're with me in all the things, but I know these three are with me in this work, right? Matthew, my son Matthew, right? Dora, Chris, Matthew, Buster, okay? So these folks, that's my team. I say, okay, team, it's time to work. Let's find a spirit, bring forward for someone to be able to hear from their loved one in the audience. And then in all the other times, I still have these four, but now I'm like, oh, okay, I'm a little bit lost. Which direction do I need to go in? Oh, okay. So I get to the airport, coming back from New Jersey. I get to the airport, and it's, it's lots of people. And they direct me over here to the clear and the pre-check. And I say, okay, great. But the pre-check has nobody in the line. And they're like, and I'm like, oh, should I go over there just to pre-check? And they're like, here at my head. They're like, no, stay here. You have plenty of time. Oh, okay. I'm not really familiar with Newark Airport. I haven't been there in a while. And I'm in a different area. And I get through. And I'm like, I need some food. I'm like, oh, I'm going to walk here. Oh, I went the wrong way. Oh, no, here at my, no, turn left. Okay. Because the thing is, the more we can allow spirit, our loved ones, whoever, to be co-creators in our lives, to be part of our lives, the more you'll hear those little things, like a little niggle, like, I got twitch in my left shoulder. Oh, I should go left. Oh, I don't know, my right knee is itching. Oh, maybe go right. So these weird things that can happen when we allow spirit to co-create with us. And so the thing I want to talk to you about today is not just, so we had this eclipse, right? And we released, hopefully, all this stuff of like, things that no longer serve me, and I released and let go of all these things. But what happens now? Okay, so now, when we release things, whether it's energy, whether it's grudges, whether it's crap in the garage, whatever, when we release things, it's so important we fill back in with light. We don't want to leave empty space. Now, okay, garage, you want to leave empty space? Right on. You clean out your closet? Excellent. But in ourselves, when we clean out and we release things, and now we have this empty space, it's important that we're backfilling with light. It's important that we're backfilling with love, so that we're not leaving this empty space where we feel like we have a hole, or where some maybe low vibration entity is like, oh, there's a hole, there's space in there. Let me see if I can get in there and infiltrate. Like, no. We backfill with love. We backfill with light. We say, okay, anything. We don't want to be Swiss cheese. We just fill in, right? We bring in the light. We bring in the light. And I push it out as if you were like, right? We want to bring in so much light that it pushes out our cheeks, and it pushes us out all the way, like those toys, you would squeeze them and their eyeballs would pop out, right? And so you just fill up so much that you're just bursting at the seams with light, and every available space is filled up with love, light, gratitude. Because those are the powers of the universe. Those are the things that allow us to really co-create with Spirit. But we bring in our loved ones. We bring in that relationship with Spirit all the time. It is not just when, poof, what do you need? Poof, what do you need? They are not the genie from Aladdin. Or Barbara Eden, for that matter. But they are co-creators who are waiting to be part of our lives all the time, not just in moments of okay? So as you have moved forward from the eclipse and you've released all these wonderful, all these things that don't, you have wonderfully released all these things that no longer serve you, and you are going forward now. One, make sure you have backfilled with the light and the love and the gratitude. Fill all that back in. And two, how can you welcome these folks to be part of your team every day and not just poof? Okay. All right, let's do some collective cards. Now, for those of you who are new, yay, welcome. We do a collective card reading, usually 3 cards for everyone, so that we can know whatever we need to know to help us get through the week. And then afterwards, we'll do individual cards, okay? Also, we do close the comments on Facebook, especially afterwards, so that we do not have spammers. I don't want you all to ever have somebody who comes and comments after the fact, if I can help it. Hey, beloved, I have a special message for you. Please send me a friend request. I don't know why I did a funny voice with that, but hopefully, if you've been hanging out with me long enough, you know we do not tolerate spammers. And if you ever get a message like that, it's like, please send me your friend request for your special reading or your accurate reading or your... If somebody comes to you unsolicited, the answer is no. Okay, you are in control, and so as you'll see when I do the cards, if I'm coming to you for a card reading, it is because you asked me for one. So when we get to that point, it will say, Chris says, yay cards! Can't wait to hear what the spirits need to tell us. I love that because, they really are little eavesdroppers. They're amazing. It really is amazing. But when we come to the individual card readings, I'm going to say, not yet. I'm going to say, if you want a card, make a comment. I would like a card, please, because you have to give me permission to come into your energy. I don't want to come into someone's energy without permission. So if you receive a message from someone who is coming into your energy without permission, you really want to look at that and say, who is that? Why are they, are they coming? So we want to... we never want to have someone come into our energy without permission, whether that's live and in person, right? This is why we have boundaries are very important, but also we don't do cards. We don't, if somebody sends you a message, say, oh, dear one, please send me a friend request. Oh, I have an urgent message for you from Spirit. If you didn't ask for it, the answer should be no. The answer should be no, because you didn't give permission for that person to come into your message, into your energy. And then, the thing that follows is, I will fix, you have a hex or a spell or a thing and I can fix it for, $50. Nope. Okay, so hi, Melinda, no worries. Sofa bit late. I could sofa. I could sandwich too. So, sorry, that was from a TV show I saw a long time ago that somebody was like saying, it was Jim Gaffigan, and he's like, oh, I'm going to couch here for a while, and then maybe I'm going to sandwich later. You never have to apologize for being late, Melinda. You have a life. And I am always honored and excited that you have chosen to spend some time with us. So, with me. So, all right. So, hello, my friend Ethel. All right. So, we're going to pull 3 cards for what do we need to know that's going on in the universe. Now, there's a bunch of stuff going on with Mercury right now. Now, Mercury is no longer in retrograde, but there's a bunch of stuff going on with Mercury and Neptune right now. So, the energy may be feeling a little heavy, right? And we know that we're in the waning moon. So, we've had the full moon, we had the eclipse. The energy is coming down now to the full moon, but we've still got a week to go before we get, to the new moon. We still have a week to go before we get into the new moon. So, the new moon is not even going to be until October 2nd. So we know we have some time here, but this is some heavy energy with Mercury and Neptune are heavy, heavy planets. So All right, so what do we need to know about what's going on right now as we're in this waning of the moon? And so this one is blessed. Now, it is upside down. It comes in upside down. And this blessed, I got to show you because this is look at her. She's the fairy. She's sitting on her little snail shell. It is sunset. Or sunrise. It is so beautiful, the peaches and the lavenders. And she's just enjoying her life. She's like meditating. She's like, There's not a care in the world for this beautiful fairy. There's not a care in the world. When we turn it upside down, we are reminded that we don't have to be stressed. We don't have to know everything that's coming for us, because you can see she's going forward. And you can see it kind of looks like she's zooming along in the atmosphere, right? Zooming along. But we do not have to be stressed about what's coming. We can trust spirit. This is exactly what we were just talking about, little eavesdroppers, about co-creating with spirit, right? And so this reminds us that we are still blessed no matter what is going on, no matter what we released, even if we didn't finish releasing it all, that we are, that there are so many blessings and fruits that are here, even if the energy is feeling heavy right now, that we are still going forward and that blessings are still coming to us. Even when things may feel more challenging, there are still blessings in them. There's still blessings to be found as we are going forward. And it is up to us to remember that even when things are feeling complicated or heavy, that there's still blessings in it, because the more we're willing, and that is a very big word, the more we are willing to look for the blessings, the more we will be able to see them, and we will be able to utilize them to help shift wherever we are. But that is a very big choice of, are we willing to look for and at those blessings? Okay? All right, the second card also comes in. So what else do we need to know about this situation? The second card also comes in and is upside down. And wouldn't you know it, this card is co-create. Like literally the thing we were just talking about is co-create. So this card also comes in upside down, okay? So this is here, you've got the beautiful wisdom of the owl is here on the wire, okay? He is ready to take flight and co-create and go forth with wisdom and intelligence at any time. You've got the speed and the tenacity of the cheetah. Now, both of these are extremely intelligent animals, extremely intelligent, strategic thinkers, hunters. They are fast, they're strong, they're smart animals. And then down here, you have the egg, which you can kind of see it in the picture down here. And that the egg also has the cheetah print on it, right? Just like our friend the cheetah. But this is the egg. This is the egg of possibility. The egg is birth. The egg is starting new things. The egg is potential, possibility, going forward. The egg is the future. It is everything lies in the egg, right? Everything lies in the seed. You know that saying where they say the entire oak tree is contained in a single acorn? Like an entire 65-foot giant oak tree is contained in the single acorn, everything that it needs. That's the egg. And the egg is connected to the cheetah, right, where we're having all of this intelligence and speed and tenacity, and we are looking out at this beautiful, peaceful ocean and the mountain and the clouds, everything off in the distance, to say everything is possible in this moment. Everything is possible because we're strong, we're smart, we have courage and tenacity. We have the ability to take flight, which means we have the ability to soar above conflict and to soar above challenges. We have everything that we need contained in the egg for our future. Okay, and when a card comes in upside down, this co-create, it reminds us not to be stubborn. It reminds us to not be poof, what do you want? But to welcome in spirit, to welcome in that co-creation. Literally, this is the co-creation, that we don't have to do it for ourselves, like all by ourselves. So when the card comes in upside down, it's reminding us we do not have to do it all by ourselves. We can co-create together. And so I find it so interesting that we literally we're just talking about this as our topic today, about co-creating with spirit. Hello, here we are. So the third card is what's going to be the thing that might be a hiccup. What do we need to look out for, right? And so again, upside down, and this is the thinker card. So this is the thinker card upside down. So this card, she's thinking, again, we have this beautiful fairy. She's thinking, but you know what she's doing is she's lost in thought. She's totally lost in thought. And look, we're coming to the end of the day. The sun is setting. We're coming to the end of the day. We're lost in thought, and she's taken no action. She has let opportunities go by because she's stuck in the pondering and the, what is it called when you let the thought come over and over and over and you get in that loop of just continually playing the thing over and over again. It's not pondering, it's I can't think of the word. I can't think of the word right now. But we get stuck in this loop of just not wallowing. Wallowing is not the right thing, but we are playing the same loop in our heads because we're thinking and we're too afraid to make a decision. We're stuck in the thinking like, oh, I could do this, or I could do this, or I could do, and we are not moving forward because we're not making a decision. And the thing is that when we, not so much procrastination, it's something about, like, you know, where you're just going around and around and around. And they're not giving, come on, give me the word. Okay, well, you know, so we're just going around and around and around in a loop. It's not so much about procrastination as it is about ruminating. That's the word. See, I knew they would give me the word through Chris. Well, I asked them to give me the word. So wherever it comes from is where it comes from. So ruminating. Thank you, Chris Judd. That is exactly the word. She's ruminating. She's just going around and around and around, and she's not getting off the merry-go-round. She's not making a decision. She's not going forward. And so when we're upside down with the thinker, we're reminded that we can overthink things. And at some point, you've just got to get in the game, because we just get that paralysis of analysis, right? Where we just don't do anything. We're frozen. And so the Spirit is saying, like, hey, we're here to co-create with you. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. And when we have the thinker upside down, it's just like, hey, snap out of it. Get in the game. Because the thing is that there's no wrong answer. There's no wrong turn. You might make maybe what feels like the wrong turn, or make the wrong decision, but then you learn something and you come back around. Now, hopefully it's not a decision that costs you like $1 million or something like that, but we make the best decisions that we can with the information and abilities that we have at the time. And then we just say, I'm going forward. This is my decision. And when we get stuck in that rumination, it's like a merry-go-round that we can't get off of. And so Spirit is reminding us that we are so much more blessed, and we have so many more blessings to think about, and there's so much more potential in front of us if we will let go and allow the beautiful snail shell to carry us. Allow the journey to unfold, knowing that we do not have to co-create alone. We do not have to go it alone. We do not have to be alone. We are with the wise owl and the cheetah and the egg of potential and all of our loved ones, our spirit guides, and everyone is with us to help us co-create. We got to get in the game. Get off the rumination merry-go-round. Get in the game. So, as we are in this last quarter of the moon and we're moving towards the new moon, this is a really important question. We've had the eclipse. We are in eclipse season, so there will be more eclipses. Eclipses, as we know, ramp things up to like 11, right? They turn up the volume on things. They turn up the power of manifestation and co-creation. They turn up the turmoil of like the rumination. I'm thinking, that paralysis of the confused mind. So it's going to be even more incumbent upon us to say, here's what I want to do. Might be right, might not be the best decision, but this is what I feel like I want to do. Because what happens is when we make the decision, it is like this relief. Now, for those of you who have ever read Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning, there's a part in the book where he talks about, and so Viktor Frankl was imprisoned in a Nazi concentration camp at Auschwitz for like 3 years and lived to tell, which is an incredible thing just in itself. But in one of the stories that he tells, there were prisoners who were ill and they were being taken to a rest camp where they were going to, be allowed to recuperate. Now, nobody really believed it was going to be a rest camp. And because he was a doctor, he was asked if he wanted to go, they wanted him to go with the transport truck. And the SS officer that was with him said, listen, I've given them permission to take your name off the list, but you have to decide right now. And he said, no, I'm gonna go. I trust the universe. He said, as soon as he made this decision, he felt such relief, even though his friends were like, what? He just felt such a relief because he had made the decision, okay? Now, this was a very life and death decision, and hopefully that's not what we're talking about today as far as our reality. But there is something really important about making a decision, whether it's right or wrong or it's the best. And I don't really like that black and white terminology. Nothing is right or wrong. It's whether it's helping us move forward or not. And is it the best decision that we can make in the moment? Because here's the thing. If you make this decision, whatever the decision is, if you are making the decision and you're co-creating with spirit, and you say, this is what I'm going to do, and then you feel immediately like, ooh, that's not right. Ooh, now I feel anxiety, nauseous, headache. Hold it. Let me reassess. Your body will tell you. Your body knows the truth. So if you ever do this, like, have you ever done this? Okay, so you put your fingers together, right? Just like little okay signs. And you say, my name is Sherry. That is the truth. My body knows that that's the truth. My name is Fred. Now, I'm not pulling any harder than I was, but my name is not Fred, and my body knows my name is not Fred. Okay? I am a Capricorn. That is true. My body knows that. I have 2 dogs. Well, that's interesting because I have 3. I'm trying to think of something I don't like. What do I like? I don't like liars. Oh, that's true too. I'm trying to find something that's not true. I have daughters. Oh, no, I don't. I have sons. Okay, there's something in our subconscious that knows, even though I'm not pulling any different than I was. I have daughters. Your body knows the truth. Your body, that subconscious mind knows the truth. So that when you make a decision, immediately a shift will happen in your energy. Immediately you will feel something different. You will either feel, yes, this is the right direction I need to go, or wait, I might need to reassess that. Hold on a second. So this is what Spirit is talking about with that thinking and the co-creating and the blessing. Okay, so don't be afraid to make the choice, because there is not a right or a wrong. It is you making the best decision for yourself to go forward in the way that serves your highest and best good with the information and resources you have at the time. When you make that decision, you say, and you can even do this. Is this the best decision for me? This direction. Is this the best decision for me? Yes. Is this the best direction for me? Oh, no, clearly not. Okay. I am left-handed, not right-handed. Okay. So trust yourself. Trust yourself and know that you are not alone. You are so blessed, even on the days when it doesn't feel like it. And Spirit, guides, guardians, loved ones, angels, pets are so wanting to be part of your life every day. Not just, poof, what do you want? Okay. Hi, Laura Lou. All right. So now we will do cards, individual card readings. If you are wanting an individual card, we'll have you put your comment in. We'll get a jumper card so that we can do individual card readings for you. And I'm assuming this jumper card is for Miss Laura Lou Lola. So this card is also upside down, but this is the Truth Be Told card. So Laura Lou, this is the Truth Be Told card. Now I'm going to turn it right side up here in a second. So this is, you see the owl. He's got the bird cage he's opened. We've got all the hearts and flowers and all the little butterflies that have come out. And he is standing on this mask. He is standing on what is a facade, right? So Laura Lou, he's standing there and he's saying, I am to let the truth be set you free, right? The truth will set you free. Because the owl of wisdom, he has opened up the cage that keeps us captive, and he's standing up on the fakery. Okay, so this comes in upside down. So when the card comes in upside down, it is, we're talking about where are we not being truthful with ourselves, okay? When it comes in right side up, we're looking at there's more to things that are going on around us than maybe what is we're seeing on the surface, and we need to look a little bit deeper for the truth of the situation. But when it comes in upside down, it's reminding us that we need to look a little deeper for the truth of our situation inside as opposed to external to us. And so we're looking now for where is it that we maybe not being the most honest with ourselves? What is it that I need to know or understand or really get straight with myself about a certain situation? So Laura Lou, this is reminding you that it is okay for you to take a look at what's going on with you and say, is this really how I feel about this? Am I being my most authentic self as I'm presenting myself to the world? And if you're not, there's no condemnation, but it is something to look at, to say, for me to be able to go forward and be set free and have all the hearts and butterflies and the light to be able to go forward in a place of strength and love, I need to be honest with myself. And I might need to put on that facade for certain situations. I might need to put on that facade for right now, but it's important that I am doing that from a place of control where it's my choice. Okay, this is not a safe space. I need to navigate this right now, and I need to like put on the armor, okay? But that's not who I am. It's what I'm doing for this moment, okay? So hopefully this makes sense for Laura Lou to be able to say, where is it that am I putting on a facade, that am I knowingly putting on a facade, or am I not knowingly putting on a facade and I'm hiding behind something? There's a very big difference. And so Laura Lou, this is asking you to go a little deeper with yourself about who you are and how you want to show up in the world and how you feel about things that are going on with you right now. Okay? I hope that makes sense to you. I do want you to know that this is a card number 14, which is a 1 and a 4. 1 is you are strong and standing tall, and the 4 is that you have support. You have the support of all the angels, guides, loved ones, and spirits around you, right? We talk about the 4 legs of a chair and the 4 legs of a table, right? How we have that support in number 4, and we put those numbers together. 1 and 4 is 5, and 5 gives you this strength that you are halfway through whatever this challenge is, that you are coming to the hard part, but you're going to get over that hump, and then you're going to be able to go forward. So yes, Laura Lou, I just finished your card reading, so you'll be able to catch it on the recording, on the replay. So, all right, we're going to move on, and so hopefully that will resonate with you, because I thought it was pretty important, actually. All right, Ellen Jane. Ellen Jane. So next person is Ellen Jane. So, Ellen, this is Breathe. And look at all these beautiful lotus flowers, and she's sitting on her lily pad. And this is important, Ellen, for you to be able to make sure that you are just breathing as you're going through, relaxing, trusting spirit, trusting that things are going along, letting things play out as they will, not trying to control the things, okay? So that, Ellen, things are going along. You may not be able to stop the roller coaster, but just know that the roller coaster is going. It is not jumping the track. Everything is going along, and we're going to just enjoy the ride, okay? Breathe, trust them, and know that you are going forward in a good, positive, loving way, okay? Good, positive, loving way, okay? Okay. So this is card number 29. So 9, 10, 11. So 2 and 9 is 11. And so again, you have these two, you are standing strong, and you are being stood strong with, okay? So you are standing strong, and somebody, someone, spirit, partner, here, there, is standing strong with you. And then 1 and 1, it makes 2. Again, standing strong, you are being supported, you are not alone, okay? So while it might feel like you're on the roller coaster, they're telling you to just enjoy the ride, breathe, excuse me, go along for the journey, and know that you are not alone. You are being supported. 2 and 9, 11, 11, 1 and 1 is 2. Support, partnership, co-creation, okay? Laura Lou, you are so welcome. Okay. Belinda, and then Chris. Hi now. Belinda and Chris. All right, Belinda. Belinda's card is Message in a Bottle, but this is also upside down. Now this one is 15, so 1 and 5 is 6. So you heard me just say about coming to 5 and coming to the coming into the crux of the conflict or the difficulty, and knowing that we're going to get past it. So 1 and 5 is 6. So Belinda, you are coming to the other side of the challenge. You are coming to the other side to be able to, come on the downward side of that. So the hardest part is over. You have this message in a Bible, but also coming in upside down. And it's this a reminder of that you're not listening to spirit. You're not listening to what they're trying to show you, okay? So you've come through, but it's as if you forgot the co-create card, that you were muscling through it and doing it yourself. And they're like, hey, we're here. We've got this message in a bottle for you, but you're not paying attention to it. You're not listening. And so they're like, we're trying to show you stuff, Belinda, and you've got your blinders on. And so they're just reminding you. And it's not a chastisement or anything like that. It's just reminding you that you don't have to carry this all by yourself. So now that you're on the other side, that there's still work to be done, and that this is the opportunity for you to say, okay, I know I muscled through all this myself, but I really could use some help right now. What do you got? Poof. What do you got, right? And so that this is what they're talking about, is like, we're trying to help you here. And you have the pelican, he's sitting on top of the bottle, and the bottle's not sinking, it's not even tipping over. And he's like, oh, I need to check that out. I need to see what's going on in there. And so, Belinda, this is what they're talking about, is please don't ignore what they're trying to say to you. Because even, look, it has this big red star on it. It's like, look, hello, we even put a big red bow on it to try and show you we're here to help you, okay? So this is just a reminder that those signs are around you. And, the biggest thing that happens for all of us, we get signs, and we're like, oh, that can't be right, or I must be making that up, right? And the spirits, loved ones, all these ones are like, what do we have to do to get them to believe us, right? And so this is this reminder, Belinda, that they're like, hey, I even put a red star on it for you. So I have an 85-pound Bernese Mountain Dog, and I love him so much. He is just this big fuzz carpet. But he loves to eat paper, and the recycling, I have a brown bag for recycling papers right here. And he just kind of snuck in very stealthily, which is not the easiest thing for an 85-pound galoot of a dog. And he pulled a catalog out of the recycling bin, and he is now very quietly nibbling on it over there in the foyer. So, all right, Belinda, moving on. Okay, so Chris Judd says, could I have a card reading regarding the lesson I'm supposed to be learning right now? I think I have it pinned down, but I want to make sure I'm not missing part of it. Okay, let's go. Belinda says, I do need to listen. Thank you very much. Hearts, prayers, and sunflowers. And I send you so much love back. Okay. Do you want to send out a little... he seems to like it. I mean, he's 13 years old. He's doing great, so he seems to be fine about it. I do want to send out some love and healing energy to a friend of mine who is dealing with some stuff right now. So if you have a thought, be like, just... send that up to those of our loved ones and friends and family who need a little extra. Okay? All right. So, Chris Judd, what do you need to know? What are you supposed to be learning right now? So this is the To Be Fair card, and it is upside down because everything seems to be upside down today. So this is the To Be Fair card. Now, To Be Fair is card 38. So 8, 9, 10, 11. Which is interesting because we just had 11 come in before. So 11, so you are standing strong. You are being stood strong with someone, spirit, human is standing strong with you to support you and to walk this path with you. If I had to guess, I hear it in my head really loudly, Daddy Gob, walking the path with you. But then when you add 1 and 1 together, it's this reminder that we have 2, that you are not alone. You are absolutely not alone. And it might feel like that because I know you're in a new living situation where it might feel like you're more alone, but they're talking about how we are absolutely with you. Now, To Be Fair reminds us that for every, left there's a right and up there's a down, and that the universe has balance. There's balance in the universe. So if you're looking at this card, you can see he's sitting on top of, the teeter-totter on top of a mountain, a pile of bricks, and he is, balanced there because there's always balance in the universe. So if there's going to be up, there's going to be down. But this card coming in upside down reminds us about, what is that? God grant me the wisdom to control the things I can, to release the things I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. And so with this To Be Fair, this is a reminder of that serenity prayer of, I have to trust that I am being led in the right direction and that all the things are working together for a higher purpose, right? I don't like to say all things work together for good because sometimes really horrible things happen, and how could that possibly be good when we see the death of children and things like that? So it's not necessarily that all things are working together for good, but all things do work together. Okay? And so everything that's going on right now is working together to prepare you for this next phase, the next steps, and for you to be knowing and reminded that you are not alone, that you have this support, both spiritual and physical. You have the support that is around you. And so when it feels like maybe you're walking this path by yourself, remember that you are not, and that you are being supported from many levels. Okay? And that it is important to accept the things that you can, release the things you can't, and have the wisdom to know where to push and where not to push. Okay? So hopefully this helps you with the lesson that you are figuring out. I do feel like I want to pull one more card for the group. So we'll do that before we leave. And so this is interesting because also upside down, this is the by the book card, and this is the card with all the elephants marching in a row. And I love this because it reminds us that there is a process to things, that there is balance in the universe, that there is first step, second step, third step, that we are walking, and we are walking together. The thing with the elephants is they hang on to their trunk, and they hang on to the tail of the guy or gal, the elephant in front of them, and they march together. And elephants will march for miles, and they march together. They don't leave anyone behind. Even the littlest ones are, having to holding on to the tail, and everyone is in it together. All the things are working together. All the things are working together. We're all going forward together. And that this is a reminder that even when things may feel complicated or painful or annoying or confusing, that we are all still going forward on our path, on the path, and that all the things are working together to help us to go forward. Now, when this card comes up, upside down, it's reminding us that while all of that is true, that it is okay for us to do a little dance along the way. We are not meant to stay with blinders. We may be called to stay in our lane, but we're not meant to stay with blinders and pretend we can't see other things that's going on. So while you're going through and you're walking along with everyone else, and that we're not lemmings, right? We're not lemmings. We're not blindly following. We're all in it together because we've chosen to be in it together. This is not about lemmings, like, I give it up to the universe and then just whatever happens is what's going to happen. No, we are in co-creation. We are not lemmings, okay? We are going along with the group. We are not alone, but this is the path we've chosen to be on. We are not being drugged. We are not being, we've not given up. This is the path we've chosen to be on because we are co-creating and we are all in it. We are all working together because we've chosen this direction. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And I guess we'll leave it at that because you all chose to be here today. And so we are all in this together. We are all part of this co-creation with the universe as we are going forward together. And the thing I always want you to know is that you are never alone. The universe is always with you. The universe always has our back. And for me, to always remind you how so very much you are loved. And I am so grateful for you all to be here and spend a few minutes with me today. I hope you have a fantastic and blessed week. And I look forward to talking with you on Monday. Mwah.